Hey everyone, this is Russell Brunson. I want to welcome you guys to the training webinar. I'm sorry I'm a couple minutes late. We had some technical issues. I love GoToWebinar. Always has these weird things happening at the worst possible times, but I'm on now, and I'm excited to have you guys here. We got a ton of you guys on, so this is exciting. For some of you guys, this is your first experience with the black box funnel. Some of you guys have been doing this stuff for a while, and so I'm really excited. This is kind of part of a mini class we're doing. Well, basically, I'm going to be helping you guys build out a black box funnel as quick as possible. So it should be really cool. Okay, we got a couple questions coming in, so I'll do some housekeeping before we get started. First off, this webinar will not be 4 hours long. This one will probably be closer to an hour. Don't worry. We had a lot of people who kind of went through this initially and watched the 4-hour webinar, so you have a good overview and good idea of what the black box funnel is. And then what I was going to do for this is I was going to actually build a black box funnel with you guys over the shoulder where I'm building it while you guys are building it, and at the end of it we've got a black box funnel finished. And so the problem with that is a lot of you guys, after you started going through some of the training, were freaking out because you didn't feel like you had all the pieces done or anything. And so what I'm going to do is we're going to break this into 2 different classes. This first class, I'm going to go over basically all the things you need to have to be able to build out this funnel. And there's not a lot of them. They're pretty simple, as you'll see, but you need to have those. And then after you have those, we'll have our next training, and that one will be a little bit longer. And that one will basically be plugging in all these pieces. And so by the time that one's done, your funnels will be live. And then, as all you guys know, part of this this little mini class, I thought it'd be kind of fun, is that I'm going to launch a black box funnel with you guys. And I am going to try to make $10,000 at least in the first 30 days after we launch it. So it should be kind of fun. So that's kind of the game plan. Are you guys able to hear me? I thought I could. I had 1 or 2 people now saying they can't hear me. Okay, good. You guys can hear me. Yes, we will be recording this. I will post the replay up probably first thing tomorrow for anyone who misses it or if you have to leave early. And like I said, today's will be a little bit shorter because I'm just going to go through all of the assets and the things you guys need to be able to build out this black box funnel very, very quickly. So that's kind of the game plan. But I appreciate you guys. We have a lot of you guys on right now, which is exciting and always fun for me. And this is something that that I'm just really passionate about. You know, our mission for the last almost 10 years now, we've been working with people to build out sales funnels, and it's been a ton of fun. And so we've always experimented with different ways and different types of funnels, and there's a lot of different things you can do and different ways to do it. And but the black box funnels is one that's really true to my heart because it's a really cool way where I believe, and we've proven in tons of different places, that you can literally sell just about anything without actually having to do any selling, which is kind of nice for those of us who are educators, who like to teach and to train and to show and to give and to provide value. And so you can do that and still make money on the other side of it. So that's what the black box funnel is. One of the things a lot of you guys have asked about is ClickFunnels. Like, obviously, to be able to create a black box funnel, you're going to need access to ClickFunnels. And so after this training's over, I will send you guys out a link where you can register for your 2-week trial account at ClickFunnels. Right now, as many of you know, I know a lot of you guys have tried to get in. We actually shut down registration for it. We opened it up last week for 7 days. We got in a huge beta group and we closed it down, and it's going to be closed for probably the next 6 weeks or so. And so we wanted to open up for you guys and give you a chance to get an account so you can build out your black box funnel inside of it. So you guys look for me, and I will be sending that out shortly. Actually, probably tomorrow morning, because I'll send it out with the replay. So that's kind of the game plan on that one. Okay, so to kind of jump into this and just start having some fun and start going through everything, the first thing I want to do is I want to kind of just give a really quick recap for those who may not remember exactly what the black box funnel is. Hopefully you guys have had a chance to go through the pre-webinar so you really get a good overview and understanding of the concept and how it works and how it can work in your type of business. But basically, these are the different pieces of it. It starts with the free plus shipping product. After somebody purchases that first product, the next page they're taking into a page where there's a case study or some kind of video here that sells them into an invisible funnel style event. Or an invisible funnel style event, someone comes in and they put in their credit card. You don't charge them right away, or if you do, you charge them a minimal fee, like $1 or so. You let them come to the webinar, hang out, learn, and you get on here and basically teach and train and give as much value as possible for as long as you want. Most of my invisible, actually, I think all of the ones I've done so far, I think the shortest one was 3.5 hours. the longest one, probably a little over 4. I have some friends. I had a friend who did an invisible funnel webinar the other day that was 8 hours, and I don't know how he did it without just collapsing. I've had other people do them for an hour, some people do 2 hours. So the length doesn't matter. What matters is you just provide just the most amazing results possible. Like the most value you can give someone, you give it to them. And at the end of it, they have a chance to decide and to kind of vote and say, yes, this was awesome, I loved it. Because of that, I'm willing to pay. And then you bill their credit card. Or they can say, it wasn't really that, it wasn't as great as I thought, please don't bill me, and they don't. And what happens is if you don't bill that person's credit card, but you gave them all that value, they love you, they build a great relationship with you, and they'll come back over and over and over again. And usually at the end of the Invisible Funnel event, we give people the opportunity to come and work with us. And so usually we'll send them to an application where they can apply to work with us, and we have a whole system that we kind of go through to help close that person on a higher ticket sell. And so that's kind of in a nutshell what the Black Box Funnel looks like. And so what's going to be happening at our next training is I'm going to get inside ClickFunnels, which is our software, and we're going to click a button, and ClickFunnels will literally build this page, boom, and then this page, this page, this page, all the pages will be built for you. And you're going to go in there, you're going to edit the headline, you're going to drag and drop your video, you're going to just do all the different pieces to have everything lined up. We're going to integrate the shopping thing, the shipping warehouse, like all that stuff. We'll have it all done for you guys. And literally, we're going to do it all together. So we'll sit down and we'll start plugging the pieces together. And by the time that training's over, your entire Black Box Funnel should be completely finished. There should be nothing left. And so that was what my plan initially was to do today. But again, I got a lot of feedback from you guys, and the main feedback was people saying, okay, I'm on the thing. I went through the 4-hour training initially. I understand the concept behind it, but I don't have any of the pieces to, like, I don't have a webinar yet. I don't have a video, and I don't have my CD, and I don't have all these things yet. And the overwhelming amount of people who did contact with me were kind of just begging. Finally, I said, hey, if we did a webinar ahead of time and I went through the 4 or 5 deliverables you need to create before then, would that be of value? And everyone's like, yes, yes, please do that, please do that. So that is kind of what we are doing, and so that's the game plan for today, you guys. So it should be kind of fun. It should just give you guys the tools and resources you need to go out and get everything prepared. And like I said, the next training is the one we're going to build out the whole thing, and at the end of it, we will all have a brand new Invisible Funnel finished. And I'm excited because I'm going to be building one along with you guys, a brand new one. So I'm fired up for it. All right, so that's kind of the game plan. The next training is happening in, I believe, 2 weeks. I sent out the last email. I'm going to be out of town next week with my wife. She's celebrating her birthday, and she doesn't know this yet, and so please don't tell her. You guys are ahead of the curve, but I'm going to be kidnapping her. I got babysitters lined up, and we're going to be flying somewhere fun for her birthday. So it'll be kind of fun. So I'll be gone next week. So as soon as we get back the week after, so that should give you guys plenty of time to put together all these pieces and have everything prepared and ready to rock and roll, so that when we meet back in 2 weeks, we can create these funnels, launch them, and I want to have a contest with you guys. I bet you there's 1 or 2 of you guys in here who are going to make more money than I will with mine. That's kind of my goal. I always want my students to make as much, if not more money than me, and so I want one of you guys to beat me. So who out there who's on here is willing to try to beat me out? All right, David said game on. He's on. Mike said watch out. Lex is in. Mike's coming at me. Says awesome, cool. So I'm excited, you guys. Like, nothing makes me happier than when people that we're working with make more than me. So I have no issues with that at all. Yes, and you say, can a newbie kick your butt? We're going to find out. We're going to find out. It's going to be fun. So all I ask for you guys is you've got to put in the time and the effort, because I can show you the stuff, but if you don't put in the effort on your side, then you're going to miss it. So make sure you guys apply it on your side. All right. All right. Okay, so let me dive into this. All right, so this is, again, the overview. Now, these are the things you guys need to be able to launch your first Black Box Funnel. So the first thing you need, step number 1, is you got to have your free plus shipping product, right? We talked a lot about this. I don't know if I shared this example with during the Superhero Summit or not. I can't remember. In fact, I have it on my other slides over here. I'm going to pull up this is from a different presentation, but it's worth sharing because this is awesome. Let's see. So this is a concept we call the 100 visitor test, and this obviously I didn't do this with just 100 visitors. We did it with a much larger sample size of hundreds of thousands of people. But we broke it down to 100 visitors just to kind of show you why this free plus shipping thing is so important. So we took our entire segment and we broke it down to like 100 visitors, right? And if we sent 100 visitors, we're selling our product. Let's say it was a $197 product. And to sell a $197 product, I needed a really good sales letter to sell that, right? That's an expensive product. And so I need an awesome sales letter to sell it. It usually costs a lot of money, time, and energy, and we would sell that. And if I did a great job, I'd get 1% of the people to buy. So for every 100 visitors I sent to this website, 1% conversion, I'd make $197. Okay? Not too bad as long as I'm spending less than $197 to get those 100 visitors to my website, right? So there was the old way that we used to do it. And a while ago we had this idea. I said, what if we took part of our product out, took a piece of it, like the best part, and we gave it away for free, plus shipping. And you guys, if anyone's heard my rant before, I'm a big believer of free plus shipping. I guarantee some of you guys are going to email me and message me and say, well, Russell, why can't I just give it away as a digital download? Or why can't I do it like a $7 report like everybody else does? Why can't I do? And the reason why is there's some magic behind the word free. You know, you've heard that your whole life, but free really is a magic marketing word. It's amazing what people do for free. Okay, you've seen some of my products. We have free books. We have free CDs, we have free MP3 players, we have free stuff all day long, and that word free will get people to take action more than anything else. Here's my $7 report versus here's my free report I'm going to ship out to you. Which one gets you more inspired to pull out your credit card, right? People love free stuff, and so we took a piece of our product out here, we put it out in front, and we sold it for free, just charged shipping and handling. We sent the same 100 visitors through this funnel to a free CD page, and to sell a free CD, it's really easy. I didn't have to write a very big sales letter. I didn't have to do a lot of work. And on average, we get about 8% of the people that take us up on the free CD offer. And then immediately afterwards, we would sell this $197 product, and we get about 25% of the people say yes. So the total money coming through here was $394, so twice as much money, plus we got 8 customers as opposed to 1. And those customers now we're able to build a better relationship with. They got one of our products in their hand. They experienced our training or whatever it is we were selling, and it was easier to send those people up to our higher programs as well. So that's kind of what the 100 visitor test is, just understand why I'm so passionate about this free plus shipping thing, why we need something free. And so there's tons of free stuff you can do. If you're on the Superhero Summit, I showed you tons of examples. We did T-shirts and books and CDs and DVDs and MP3 players and everything. But to begin with, the easiest thing to start with, you guys, is a free CD or a free DVD. Okay, it's just a million times easier to start with for a couple reasons. One is a lot of times I'll make a free plus shipping thing and I'll launch it and it just bombs. Okay, now if I would have done a free book, I would have had to write a book. I would have had to print a whole bunch of books. They don't really have print-on-demand books, at least not for very cheap. It would have been really expensive. Or with a CD, I can literally have an idea for a CD, sit down in front of a microphone, record myself talking for 45 minutes or so, burn it to a CD, email or physically mail it to discdelivered.com, get someone to knock out a quick design for the thing, and then within 2 days, boom, Disdelivered has it, and I can start selling it. And what's cool about Disdelivered, it's all print on demand. So if nobody buys any CDs, it didn't cost you any money. If you sell 10, they charge you every time you sell one, and then they ship one out. Charge you, print it, ship it out. And so it's kind of cool. It takes away the hard costs. Okay, some of you guys have seen our .com Secrets Labs book. When we launched that initially, we ordered 1,000 books. It was $10 or so a book, so it cost us $10,000 to do that initial test. And then it worked, and so then we ordered 5,000 at $10 a piece. It cost us $50,000 for the next one, right? And so it's just it can be really expensive that way. But the whole free plus shipping thing is nice because if you do it through Disdelivered, it's print on demand, and it doesn't cost you any additional money unless you make sales, which is always nice. Okay, so that's what Disdelivered.com is. Now, Disdelivered, when you go there, there's a $50 setup fee, but if you use the coupon code .com Secrets, they knock that in half, so it's $25. And basically, you go and you record a CD, and then on your most computers have CD burners, which is funny because back in the day, I don't know about you guys, we used to always use CD burners over and over and over again. But I haven't used a CD burner in years. But for this to work, you basically have to, and most computers still have them, luckily. But you record your CD, whatever, you burn it to a CD, then you actually physically mail that CD into Disdelivered.com. Now, if you don't know how to burn a CD, I'd recommend is find some teenager around you and ask them to do it for you. I promise you they know how to do it. That's what I had to do. I asked my little brother. I said, "Hey man, I need to burn the CD," and I sent it to him, and he did it, and it worked. So it's pretty simple. Okay, let's see. That we use is, that's one of my buddies. He actually started doing this just for me. And then I was like, hey, I keep talking about this concept, and there's a bunch of other people that want it now too. So we set up a little website called blackboxfunnelgraphics.com. Here's the page, and he charges $200 to design your thing, which fits the specs for Delivered. You can get it done cheaper if you hire another designer. I just use this guy. His name's Thane. He's done a ton of work for us, and he's good at them. He does them, so $200 is what we pay for it. But if you want to get him someone else, I'm sure you can find someone else cheaper. But after you sign up from Delivered, they'll give you all the specs and everything. You can give that to any designer, and they can do it. Or if you want Delivered to do it, or if you want Thane to do it, then he'd do it for $200, and you just go to that website, blackboxfunnelgraphics.com. Someone asked, yes, Delivered does give you a template for the graphics. Cool. All right, so there's the first thing is actually putting together your CD. Now, one of the questions someone just asked is, what should I actually put on my CD? And that's a great question. I'm going to come back to this right here. So what should your free CD be? I would say typically it's going to be one of two different things. Okay. The first one is it's going to be an overview of what your system is. Okay. I look at this kind of like a book outline. Like when I'm going to read a book, I open the book and look at the outline. I kind of get a gist of what's happening. Okay. So if I was going to do a free CD, let's say I was teaching somebody, I was going to teach them how to lose weight, right? So my free CD would be an overview. It'd be like anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour overview of me teaching. Like, okay, step number 1, you're going to do this. Step number 2, you're going to do this. Step number 3, you're going to do this. I'm going to teach them in an hour, or 30 minutes to an hour, kind of the overview of my system. Okay, I would say that most of you guys have some kind of course, some kind of concept, something you're going to teach people, right? If you went through the 4-hour webinar, and you should have before you came on this one. If not, go back and watch that, because we talked a lot about how to create your system. But you should have some kind of system that you're selling people, right? That's kind of the goal. So you have a system for losing weight, a system for investing money, a system for driving traffic online, a system for getting stronger, a system for reading faster, a system, whatever your system is. Everyone's got some kind of system they're teaching. So a lot of times the free CD will be an overview of that system, okay? Which then makes the invisible funnel is usually in depth, more of like a detailed 3 or 4 hours of training on kind of the deeper part of this. Okay, so a lot of times my free CD will be the what. Okay, here's what to do, and then the invisible funnel will be here's how to do it. Does that make sense? Okay, usually my free CD I'm not telling them how to do it. I'm not going to show you how I go to Google and how I buy this and where all that kind of stuff. I'm going to tell you, hey, this is how I go to Google, and then I buy ads, and I'm telling you what. Okay, so a lot of times my CD is the what, and then my invisible funnel is the how. Okay, so that's kind of one thing. The other thing I like to do a lot of times on free CDs, instead of an outline or system, a lot of times I take like what I'm going to teach over here, right? So the invisible funnel, they say I'm teaching my system for losing weight. I'm going to figure out like what's the coolest, the sexiest, the most interesting part of my system. Okay, the one that's most fun to talk about, gets people most excited. I'm going to pull that one little piece out of my course, and that's what the free CD is going to be about. Okay, so now in this case, my free CD is my #1 secret to losing 8 pounds in a weekend, or whatever your best little nugget is. Okay, and that's what I'll do a lot of times is I'll pull out my best nugget from my whole training, put it over here, and then what happens, someone buys that, and then I upsell them into this is one piece of my system. Let me show you all 13 pieces here on this training. Does that make sense, you guys? So it's usually one of those two things I'm putting on my CD. Either an overview of my system where I'm going through the what that they need to do, or it's going to be the #1 secret, the best piece, the golden nugget. Okay. If you guys look at my our .com Secrets Labs offer, which I'm sure a lot of you guys have seen that, that was that we were pulling out our best stuff. We were pulling out our best split testing results, and that was what we did on that in that one. Okay. If you look at the, there's a new one we're launching soon called High Ticket Secrets. The free CD is an overview of my system. Okay, it's me teaching in an hour the kind of the overview of how I do what we're selling on that product. Okay, so it works good in both of those. Okay, Cindy asked you this question. Said, Russell, I want to do this in the make money niche, but I have no experience or results. Can I pull this off without being fake? So yeah, that's a great question. A lot of times, and we've got a bunch of people actually on this line that I know are doing this. Well, maybe they're not the expert, but they're going to find an expert and they're going to interview them and put that interview on the CD. Okay, when I got started in this business, I was the same way. I didn't know internet marketing, and I wanted to learn it, but I couldn't afford to buy all these big gurus courses and things like that. And so what I would do is I would just call these guys up and I'd say, hey, I've got a list. At the time I had a couple thousand people that I had built up, and I said, I would love to interview you and let my audience learn more about you. So I interview them about what they were doing, and then and that's how I started learning those things. But then I could also sell the interviews. In fact, the very first product that I made over $1 million in sales with was an interview I did with a guy. His name was Vince James, and he made $100 million in 23 months selling supplements through direct mail. And I thought that was pretty dang cool, and so I called him up, and he let me interview him. He let me interview him for 6 hours, which was pretty crazy, and it was awesome. And I interviewed him, and I got the rights from him to sell that interview, and from that we did over $1 million in sales. And so if you're not the expert right now, that's fine. You can just position yourself more as like the reporter, and you could become a reporter and interview somebody to try to find out the secret, find out what that thing is. Okay, look at Oprah Winfrey. Okay, was she ever the expert in anything? No, but she was the reporter, and she was finding the good information, and she would interview people for the audience, and you can do the same kind of thing as well. Hope that helps. Cool. All right, so that's the first one, is getting your CD. So for all you guys, your first call to action to do in the next 14 days is to figure out what your system is. And if you haven't figured that out, go back and watch the initial 4-hour training, because it's going to help you walk you through that. Figure out your system, and then you got to make a CD. And it can be, if you're not technical, don't let that hold you up. There are people that can walk you through this process. In fact, just today I was trying to figure out how to do this WordPress template thing that's way over my head. So I went to odesk.com, and I posted a project, and I basically said, hey, this is what I'm trying to do. I'll pay someone $5 to explain what I need to do. And I got all these people bidding on it, and I paid some guy $5, and he explained, this is what you need to do. And then I was like, hey, how much would it cost for you just to do it for me? And he was like, blah, and he just did it for me. And so you guys do the same thing. Like, let's say if you can't figure out this thing, go to a site like odesk.com and just post a project saying, hey, I need to make a CD. I have no idea how to do it, so what I want you to do is I'm trying to find somebody who will get on the phone with me, interview me for an hour, record it, and then burn it on a CD and then mail it to justdeliver.com. If you post that, I guarantee you'll get people who will do it for $20, $30, $50, $100, something like that. Or talk to someone in your neighborhood, or post it on Craigslist, or just figure out how to be resourceful. One of the biggest things that you guys are going to have in this the biggest advantage that I think we have as small entrepreneurs is that we may not always have the resources we need to do everything, but if we're resourceful, we can figure out ways to be successful and to kind of figure it out. So don't let something stick where I can't figure out how to do. I'm not technical. I can't figure out how to make a CD. Don't let that hold you up. Just find someone who can. Okay, and you can ask anyone here in my company. I would say that I'm probably one of the least intelligent ones here. I can't do any of this stuff, but I surround myself with really smart people who can do those things for me, and I can be kind of the entrepreneur who just says, hey, I want to do this, and then they kind of help me do it. So start kind of finding people, building a team of people that you can work with to help you do things. Either people locally, or go and find people over in India or Romania and hire them for really, really cheap to help you with these little tasks that sometimes we get caught up on, but they're really not that important, and they're not that difficult. And there's people that, for $15, $20, you can get these problems resolved very, very quick and easy. Okay? All right. So that's step number 1, getting free CDs. So go and do that, guys. First thing, again, record the CD, mail to Just Delivered. Get your accounts. Go to justdeliver.com and sign up. And sometimes their site's down. It was down for me right before this webinar. So if it's down, just try back again in an hour or so, and I'm sure it'll be up. I just emailed the owner to let him know. And then sign up. It's $25. It'll cost you $25 if you use this coupon code, and then go get your graphic design done. As long as you know kind of the name of what your product's going to be, Thane can do your design based on that, and boom, you got all the assets you need for your actual front end product finished. Okay. All right, step number 2 now is how are we going to sell this free thing? Okay, I'm going to pull up a page real quick here. I'm going to go to, somebody has a price in this page. And this may look familiar to you as well. Oh, this one is in a different niche. So this template's now inside a ClickFunnels, so you guys can build a page that looks just like this as well. But so this is my free plus shipping page for our .com Secrets Labs book. Some of you guys have seen this. If you don't have this product yet, you should buy it. Not because it's my product, but it's literally the best product on earth. I've got one on my desk here. I got one on my desk in my home. I got one on my bedstand next to my home. It's the only product I've ever created that I literally look at every single day. So if you like marketing or you want to make money, like this is just something you need to have, and it's free. It costs, I think we charge $10 shipping handling, right? So all right. Okay, so I'm going to start. Somebody asking questions. I don't understand why you have to burn it to a CD if that's what Disc Delivered actually does. Can't we just upload the audio to them and they create the CD? I have no idea, Pam. You can email them and ask them. The way that we've been doing, the way that it works right now is you create the master CD and then you mail it to them. They may have a way where you can just upload the audio to them. I don't know. It's not my company, so you can contact them. I don't think they do, though. There's another company called Kanaki, though. And Kanaki, actually same thing. You have to burn the CD to your audio to your CD, then they upload it to your computer from your CD drive. So yeah, most of them just they require a master copy. That's how most printing houses work. So okay, someone's asking for a link to this page. It's just .comsecretslabs.com. I can post this to you here if you want. Okay, so that's the page to .com Secrets Labs. So this is a copy of our free plus shipping page. This is one we did with one of our friends called the Skinny Bean Diet, same kind of concept. If you look at this now, there's basically, and there's different, we have a couple different pages that'll work for this inside of ClickFunnels. This is one of my favorites that we designed that you guys will be able to use as well. There's a couple things on here that are magic. Obviously, one, you got to have a good headline. Number 2, you got to have a good video. And number 3, just bullet points about what you teach on the product. And this is literally just, it's like 10 pages of bullet points. And I did a lot because our free book we gave away is like 141 pages. So I did a bullet point on every single split test we did. It took me forever to do that. So don't do that. But you don't need a lot of copy, but I kept me some copy. It kind of goes through some of the bullet points. But the magic is in the script and what's going to be in this video, and that's what I'm going to show you guys right now. So I'm going to show you guys, this is the who, what, why, how script. And this is the script I use on all my videos to give away a free plus shipping thing. It's very simple. Step 1 is who. Number 2 is what, why, how, and then I catch, urgency, guarantee, recap. So there's my sales script. Okay. So let me, for example, let me explain. Oh, someone said I'm breaking up. Can you guys hear me? It might have been because I was loading a video. The video is probably loading in the background, but hopefully I'm back now. If not, we are recording this, so cool. All right, so who, what, why, how. So this is how it would work, for example. Okay, so like on this page right here, this video of me is basically me doing this script. Okay, so first thing I say, I answer this first question is who. So I say, hi, my name is Russell Brunson. Okay, so I said the who. So for you, it's whatever your name is. Hey, my name is Joe Blow. Hey, my name is Susie. You know, whatever. Number 2 is what. What do you have for them? Okay. So, hey, my name is Russell Brunson. I've got a free book that's going to give you 108 of my proven split test winners. Okay. So what? What do I have for them? Okay. Number 3 is why do they need it? The reason why you would need this book is if you've got a website right now and you have no idea if your page is converting good or bad. You know, you can go and you can guess, you can spend time and energy split testing, or you can just look at literally over 1,000 split tests that we've ran and see the exact winners we've got, and you can just copy and paste them into your business instantly. That's why you need this book. Okay? And then the how is how can you get it? If you want this book, normally we sell this thing for $197, but I'm going to let you have it for free if you'll just help me cover $10 in shipping and handling costs. And all you got to do is click on the button over here on the side and let me know where to ship it, and I'm going to charge you, like I said, just $10, and I'll ship it out to you. Okay, how can they get it? So who, what, why, how. Who are you? What do you have? Why do they need it? And how can they get it? That's the core of the script. Okay, and just so you guys know, 90% of the sales stuff I do usually ties around this kind of concept. I learned from John Carlton, and it works. Who, what, why, how. If you can master that, you can sell almost anything to anyone. Okay, who are you? What do you have? Why do they need it? And how can they get it? Now, to increase our conversions, 4 other things we add is catch, urgency, guarantee, and recap. Now, typically, these aren't in, well, sometimes it depends. Sometimes these are in the video, and sometimes they're not. For example, if you look at this page down here, if you scroll, I have my bullet points down here. If you scroll to the bottom, you're going to notice those 4 call to actions that I just showed you. Okay, so here we are right here, right? There's no catch. So if you come back here, oops. Okay, catch. So what's the catch? Because people are always like, why do you do this for free? What's the catch? So I'm going to show them. Exactly what the catch is. There is no catch. I know there are some websites out there that offer you something cool for free, but then stick you into some program that charges your card every month. This is not one of them. There's no hidden continuity program. And in case you're wondering why I'm doing this, there's actually a few reasons. First, I tell them why. So there's no catch. Okay. Second thing I'd add is some urgency, because people, if there's not urgency, they don't act. Okay. So hey, this is the deal, guys. Times of the essence. I ordered 1,000 copies of the book, and they sold out in 48 hours. So we got 1,000 more. And they showed up, and they almost gone. This is their 3rd time. When they're gone, so you got to hurry. So some urgency, right? With free plus shipping stuff, it's easy to have urgency. With PDFs and $7 reports, there's not a lot of urgency. I may eventually take this down, but probably not. Okay, it doesn't really work very well, but free plus shipping works really good, right? Okay, urgency, and then guarantee. Here's my guarantee. You're going to love it, or you can keep the book and shipping handling anyway. You didn't pay anything, so here's my guarantee. If you don't love it, I'll pay everything back that you didn't pay because it was free. And I recap the offer, which is usually like a PS at the end. PS, here's the offer. I'm mailing you 141-page book with all my stuff for $10. There's no cash, no gimmicks. You're gonna love it, and just buy it here. So there is the script. Okay, does that make sense, you guys? A couple people say I'm breaking up. I am recording this, so if it is breaking up, I should have a clear recording afterwards, and I apologize for that. Okay, so one thing you guys need before in 2 weeks from now we do this thing is you need to create a video for your sales page, or you can have it text written out that basically is this kind of a thing. Who are you? What do you have? Why do you need it? How can you get it? Catch, urgency, guarantee, and recap. Okay, now some of you guys are going to be like, well, Russell, how did you do your video so fancy? It looks so awesome. I love it. Okay, this video right here, it's made us, I haven't done the math, but I would say we're pretty close to $1 million now, if not past that, with this little promotion. This amazing high-quality video I created on my iPhone. If you watch it, kind of bounces around. My buddy was just holding it. This does not need to be amazing quality. We're not looking for Hollywood production here, you guys. We're looking for you being a real person with a cool new product that you're giving away for free to people, and the only thing that matters is your excitement and you being fired up about it. Okay? If you look at this, I'm not going to push play because it'll probably make my thing choppy, but if you go to the page, look at me. I'm like excited. I'm pulling this book out of the box. I'm showing why it's so cool. I'm showing you some stuff inside. I'm getting fired up. I'm getting you excited. Your passion is the most important thing here. Okay? For the Skinny Bean Diet, it's Carrie talking about how excited she is about this cool new product she got that you guys get for free. It's cover shipping and handling. You should mail it out to you. It's going to change your life. Right? It does not have to be professional. Don't come back to me in 2 weeks. Oh, Russell, my production company wasn't able to make it here, and I wasn't. No, get your iPhone out and just record this video. It's not that hard, okay? You got the script. Who, what, why, how, catch, urgency, guaranteed, and recap. Okay? If you want to write that out, you can write it out. But that's basically the script, and that script is magic. Okay? It makes it simple and easy to sell anything that's free plus shipping. All right? Cool, cool. Anna said, what's the percentage of people who request a refund on your free book? I would say almost nobody, because I would say I'd be shocked if we've had more than 10 people ever who have asked for a refund, because they're not paying for it. They're covering shipping and handling, and most people, if you give them a good product, they're pretty happy that they didn't have to pay for it, right? So it works pretty good. Yeah, on ours, I mean, if they ask for refund, we refund shipping and handling. That's what it says in our PS. But again, most people don't do that. Most people understand. Okay. Someone said, would you recommend a book over a CD? You know, I think books are probably one of the better ones, just because the perceived value is probably higher. But I don't think that's that important. Like, don't spend time writing a book. What's more important is your hook. Like, what's the hook on this thing? Okay, so for a book, it's 108 split tests. For Carrie, her hook is this DVD that's going to show you how to lose weight drinking chocolate. Okay, if you like drinking chocolate, you want to lose weight, this is a good hook, right? It gets people excited. So it doesn't have to be the media that you delivered on is less important than the hook that gets people excited, if that makes sense. So don't get caught up on that. If and when you get to the point where you know a hook is right, you say maybe it's better for me to do this hook as a book, you can do that, but don't waste your effort right now doing that because it's not essential. Okay, the hook is the most important part. Good question. What's the real catch? Joe asked. The real catch is I'm going to sell you more stuff afterwards. The real catch, I'm going to provide so much value to you, that you're going to want to give me money in the future. Like, that's honestly it. That's my catch. The reason why I give this book away for free, because you're going to get it, and this book's going to sit on your desktop every single day for the rest of your business life. And every time you look at your desk, you're going to think, man, Russell Brunson is cool. He gave me this book for free. Man, Russell Brunson's cool. He gave me this book for free. And I come out with the product a little while later, and guess what you're going to think? Man, Russell Brunson's cool. I'm going to give him some money. And that's what happens. Okay, law of reciprocity, you guys. It really is. The cooler you are to people, and the more cool stuff you give them like this, the more likely they are to buy more of your stuff in the future. Okay, we literally filled an entire $25,000 mastermind group from people that bought this free plus shipping book and then upgraded and ascended up through the black box process and ended up buying our high-end coaching. So it works. It works. All right, cool. Very, very cool. Okay, so let me. Someone said, do you have recommendations for making a book? I don't. We have a girl that's worked for me for like 8 years who does we publish a print newsletter forever, so I had her do my book for me, and then she found some printer, and I don't even know who she used or anything. I could kind of find that out for you, but yeah, I mean, if I was just myself, I'd probably do something like Create Space and just ship them out from there. But I can try to look into that and give you guys some more resources for those who want to do books and things like that. All right, I'm going to keep moving forward. All right, so that's the who, what, why, how script. All right, so that basically gives us, let me come back here, that gives us our free CD page, right? We got our free CD now, you got the artwork for your CD, you got your video for this free CD page created with your who, what, why, how script. So this page should be done. Okay, if you create those pieces before we come back, when we come back in 2 weeks and we open ClickFunnels, this page will be created in like 37 seconds. That's how long it'll take us to create this entire page, okay? So that's your homework to get that first piece done. Now let's focus on the assets we need for this piece right here, okay? All right, so step number 3 is the invisible funnel style training. Excuse me. Okay, so a lot of people ask me, let me come back here to this, is when I'm on this training, what do I say for 2 or 3 or 4 hours, right? Sometimes it's hard, like what do you talk about for this long? When I first started my teaching business, I kind of struggled with this. I would give like what would literally be a 3-day seminar. I teach it in like 25 minutes. And people are like, wow, you covered a lot really, really fast. And it never really stuck with people. And I had to learn the right way to teach that gets concepts to stick in people's minds. And so now I'm going to walk you guys through the script that I kind of use when I do these 4-hour webinars. It's a loose script. It's not, like, you don't have to stick to it tightly, but it'll give you a good outline and a good framework. And what I recommend doing, you guys, is sit down and record this. The first time, it's a lot of times it's easier to do these in front of a live audience. So I would invite 4 or 5 of your friends to come and do it. You know, what I would do is I would do it through a webinar. I do it through GoToWebinar and record it happening. In fact, right now, the guy that's recording this webinar that we're sitting on right now, his name is Eli. He owns a company called WebinarWizards.com. And if you go to his site, you can hire him to record your webinar. So I'd say is after you kind of scripted this whole thing out and you got it prepared, is go and call up 10 or 15 or 20 of your friends you think would be interested in the topic and say, hey, I want you guys to come on this webinar. It's going to be free. It's going to be 3 or 4 hours long. I'm going to give you all my best information for free. I just want you guys to be on there. And then do it live, because you'll have so much more fun doing it live when you know there's somebody listening to you. When there's no one there listening to you, it's hard to like have the energy you need and the excitement, and it's a lot harder to teach it. So when you're doing it, get a live audience and then call Eli up or email him and hire him. It's pretty inexpensive for I don't even know what he charges them, to be honest, but he'll jump on, he'll record the webinar for you, and then when it's done, he will email you the video file, and then boom, you got this video file finished. Okay, so it's pretty simple and pretty easy. Or if you're more technical, you can just record it yourself using Camtasia. But I personally like doing it live through webinars and having Eli record it, so I don't have to worry about technical stuff, and I can just focus on teaching to a real live audience. And then we've got the video file we need to plug into ClickFunnels. Does that make sense? All right, so here's the script of how we do the invisible funnel content. So when I start with it, I start here and I retell the hook, okay, the hook on why they got on this webinar. Okay, we're going to be talking about the hook, how he sold this webinar here in the next slide. But right now, for the content of the webinar, I'm going to retell the hook, okay? So I got him on this webinar promising him something. So let me retell that hook and tell him this is what you're going to learn today, all right? And then usually I break down the content into steps, right? Here's my 7 steps, or my 12 steps, or my 13 steps to do whatever, okay? So I'll come back and say, okay, here's step number 1. Okay, here's module number 1. Here's whatever. And I go through this process, okay? What is it? Okay, module number 1, I'm going to teach you guys exactly how to lose weight while eating tons of carbs, okay? Now, before I explain what that is, I want to tell you guys a story, okay? All the best teachers, you guys in the world, they tell stories. I've told you guys a bunch of stories today already, okay? So you need to tell stories. So for each of my core concepts, I like to have at least 1 or 2 stories I can share in there, okay? So first off, I share the concept. Here's what it is. And let me tell you a story about how this works. So they kind of see it happening. When you tell the story, they're like, oh, wow, I can see how that works. That's exciting. Then I step back, step number 3, I teach the concept. So here's how it works. Here's how I do it. How. Step. Here's how I do it. And let me show you an example of how somebody else did this. Okay, one of my students, how they applied it. And I show the example of somebody else doing it. Okay? I do that for content piece number 1. Okay, and if I'm teaching again step-by-step thing, that might have taken me 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes to teach that one piece of content, that one concept. Then I go to step number 2. I tell them what it is. And I tell them a parable about a story about how this actually works. And I teach the concept. I show them how it works. I show them how it works, and I give them an example at the end. Okay, and I do that for the 3rd thing and the 4th. I keep doing that for the entire content of my webinar. And that's how, when I did my very first Invisible Funnel webinar, I told everyone to be about 2 hours long, and I was nervous that it wouldn't go 2 hours. I went through my content, I just followed those 4 steps over and over and over again. It ended up being 4 hours. It was over 4 hours, and I was like, dang, guys, I'm sorry this went so long. And everyone was like, that was the fastest 4 hours of my entire life because we were going through this process. Okay? All right, so that is the content. And at the end of the content part of the webinar, then you come back here, and this is where, because if you remember, in this process, they haven't paid you any money for this webinar yet. They put their credit card in, but they haven't paid you any money yet. So now we have to do this little thing where we have to tie this off and close the webinar out the right way. Okay, so the way I do is I recap, say, hey guys, over the last 3 hours, I taught you guys some cool stuff. Okay, I taught you first how to do this. Now, most people have paid me in the past $500 teaching that. And then I did this. Okay, I taught you about this. You guys remember that? It was awesome, right? Okay, and the value of that's at least this. And I go through and I recap everything and I tie a value to each of my steps. Okay, like for me, that one secret alone, maybe $10,000. Like that was worth $10,000 to me. How much is it going to be worth to you? Maybe worth more than that. Maybe worth less than that, but it worth a lot to me. And I recap each step and tie it to value. Step, value, step, value, step, value. At the end of it, I say, so if I add up all those lessons together, all that stuff, man, that would have been worth $85,000 for me. Whatever the actual value is. Like it was awesome. So my question for you guys was it worth it? Okay, when you signed up for this webinar, you knew that it was a premium webinar. We charged $97 to be part of this thing. But I wasn't going to bill you till the end if you thought it was worth it. So my question for you is, for me it was worth $85,000, but for you, is it worth it? If so, then don't worry, don't do anything, and we'll bill your credit card tomorrow morning, the agreed upon price, and you'll love it. And if not, if you didn't like it for whatever reason, that's cool too. I don't even mind. Just email me, let me know in the next 24 hours, and we won't bill your credit card. Okay, that's the magic close, you guys. And from that, we literally get less than 10% of the people to cancel. Most of them, if you tie it to, if you recap what they just learned, you tie it to value, and ask them if it's worth it, they know that if they say no, that they're lying. Okay, and so it ties up really well. And at the end of that, almost everybody just says, yeah, man, you deserve it. You earned it. It's funny, we started doing these the first time, and people came on and they said, the only reason why I did this, I wanted to prove you wrong. I was excited to see whatever it was, and so by the end of it, you blew my mind. Like, I can't believe how good it was. You earned my money. You can keep it. So that's kind of how it works. Okay, so that's the Invisible Funnel webinar. And the end of this, as you remember, we talked about our goal is to push them into our high-ticket thing now, right? So after this is over, then I soft close the webinar because I don't want people to think this webinar is me selling, because it's not. Okay, the goal is content. That's why we jam 3 or 4 hours of content, right? That's the goal of this thing. So then I soft close. I'm like, look, guys, the webinar's over. Appreciate you being on. I know that usually when I do things like this, I get a lot of people afterwards who ask me if there's more, if there's coaching, if there's other things I can do. You know, if you're not interested in that, that's fine. You can hang up right now. We're done. Those of you guys who are interested, that's cool. Hang around. I'm going to share with you guys a really cool way that you can get more from me, and it's going to be kind of fun. Does that sound good? Everyone's like, yeah, sure. Okay, so this is how it's going to work. And basically, I've got 3 different closes that we do. Okay, one close is I push them to a website. I'm just going to say, hey, go to this website to go sign up. Number 2 close, hey, go to this website and apply, fill out this application form to apply to work with me. Or step number 3 is go to this application form and pay me $50 or $100, or I saw Frank Kern recently did he charged $1,000 to apply to work with him. So these are one of my closes. I'm going to push them to a website to order, to a free application or paid application. Okay, and then my close is very simple to who, what, why, how script, but I just leave out the who because they already know who I am. So I just say, hey, this is what it is, you guys. I've got a coaching program. It's $25,000, or it's $8,000, whatever it is. All you got to do is go to my website and go sign up for it, or apply, or pay to apply, whatever. This is why you need this coaching program. Okay, you need this program because blah blah blah. This is why they need it. How do you guys get it? Go to the website and apply. Go to the website and pay. Go, whatever it is. So that's the script for the actual content of the webinar. So all you guys do is take that outline and plug in whatever your content is, whatever your system is, whatever it is that you guys teach. Cool? All right, so that's Invisible Funnel script. So that's the next part of homework for you guys. Is you've got to take your system that, again, you learned about during the 4-hour webinar, whatever that system is, or that training is. You take that system and teach it here and build it out. So I'd say build out some PowerPoints. I want to make it too complicated, but build out PowerPoints. You're going to go through all of your content pieces and kind of build it out. And then call up 5 or 6 of your friends. Tell them you're doing a webinar on a Thursday night or Friday night or whatever's comfortable for you. Call up Eli over at webinarwizards.com. Email him and say, hey, we want you to record this webinar. And then get on the webinar and just spill your guts. Teach and train and give as much value as possible. Because the more value you give up here, the less people are going to refund right here, and you're going to make a ton of money on the front end, and the more people are going to take you up on your back end offer. So just provide as much value as possible. Okay. Pam said we're supposed to have your webinar recorded before the next training. Pam, if you can, I would recommend doing it. If for whatever reason you aren't able to, that's fine. You can just plug in, when we build out your funnel, you can just put in a fake video there and then replace it when you are done. But if you do have it done, then you're going to have a live, working, functioning funnel you can start driving traffic to while we're on the call. So either way. Cool. All right. Step number 3, the magic bullet script. Okay, so let me come back here. So, right here. So we've covered this right here. Right? This is the first part, which create the free CD, the artwork, and the video you need for this page. And we talked about right here, which is the video for the actual training. So now I come back to here, this page. This is the video now to upsell people into this training. Okay. All right. So my upsell video here is typically kind of a blend of 2 things. I like doing a case study and then using my magic bullet script. Okay. So for example, what will happen? Someone buys this free CD about how to lose a ton of weight, and they come to this page right here, and then the basic page says, thanks so much for ordering this free CD. I hope you're going to get a ton of value out of it. But really quick, I want to share with you a case study about someone who bought the CD just like you, and I want to show you what happened to them. I'm going to share a case study really quick of that person. That's going to hook them. It's going to tie this front end into this invisible funnel, so I can share that case study. Okay, and then I'm going to use my magic bullet script. So as soon as the case study's done, then I come over here. Okay, and this is what the magic bullet script looks like. It starts with, and again, right prior to this, we're having the case study, and then it comes in here and raises questions. Okay, so the questions are, isn't that awesome, you guys? Can you imagine if you were able to lose weight like that? Like, have you ever tried to lose weight before? Have you ever tried to make money online? Have you ever struggled because you wanted to do whatever? Okay, so I'm kind of asking some questions to get them to say, yeah, I'm in the same boat. That's why I bought this DVD, right? And say, well, I want to show you guys this thing that's going to, it's basically your magic bullet. I'm going to show you guys a way where I can actually help you double your reading in less than 4 hours. I want to show you a way where I can help you to get a new girlfriend this weekend. I'm going to show you a way where you can become an affiliate marketer in the next 48 hours. I'm going to show you a way where you can lose 10 pounds this weekend. Okay, whatever your magic bullet is. Okay, does That's the second part of the script. And you transition here. But don't worry, you don't take my word for it. I'm going to prove it to you. Okay, I'm going to prove it to you. And then this script is a little different because this script a lot of times I use on the front end as well, but you've already kind of introduced yourself. They know who you are because they already bought your free CD. So I'm going to prove it to you. Oh, excuse me, I messed up here. I'm sorry. Here you're kind of introducing your story. So I'm going to prove it to you because, boom, here, introduce your story. So I was just like you, 6 months ago. I was just like you when I first got started. I didn't know how to make money online. I didn't know how to pick up girls. I didn't know how to lose weight. I didn't know how to trade stocks. I didn't know how to, whatever your thing is, right? I was just like you. And I was frustrated because, why are you frustrated? Because I bought other people's courses and they didn't work. And I went on dates and I was scared to talk to girls. I ate carbs and I gained tons of weight. Whatever the frustrations are in your market, right? Tons of frustrations. And that's why I designed this magic bullet. That's why I designed my system to help you to double your reading. This is why I designed my system to help you get a girlfriend this weekend. But don't worry. The cool thing about this training that's different than any other training out there, everybody else, they want you to pay first, and then they're going to give you their best ideas. Okay? And I didn't want to do it that way. I wanted to prove to you first that this system actually is going to work. So this is what I'm going to do. We've got a premium webinar coming up this week. It costs $97 to be part of it, but I'm not going to charge you anything right now because I want to make sure this is worth it for you. So this is how it works. You're going to put your credit card in, or you already have a credit card. You're going to click yes on the button down below, and I'm not going to charge you anything. And I'm going to let you come on this webinar. You're going to come and hang out. You're going to have a great time. You're going to learn everything I got, and I'm actually going to show you my secret system to picking up a girl this weekend, to getting more leads in your network marketing company, to lose weight, whatever it is. And at the end of the webinar, you get to decide if it was worth it. If you go through the entire training and you say, Russell, that was lame, it's not going to work for me, that's fine. Just email me. I won't charge you anything. But if you love it, if it changes your life, if it helps you to blah, 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 but whatever it is, don't do anything and we'll bill you $97. Does that sound fair? Awesome. So all you need to do then is click on the button down below, and we're going to register you for this training class, and you'll have a chance to come and learn my secret bullet, how I do whatever, blah. Okay? So that is the magic bullet script. So that'd be the next video. Now, you guys, this video you can also do on your iPhone. You can do it through PowerPoint. There's a lot of ways to do it as well. It doesn't really matter. What matters is the words less than the way you present it, if that makes sense. Okay. All right, so let me come back here real quick. Okay. So that is the video that's going to be going right here. So somebody's going to buy the free CD. They're going to see that video. You share a case study. Then you go to the magic bullet, and then they say, "Yeah, I want in." Boom, they click order. It adds that to their shopping cart. Then when the webinar starts, they're able to come on here and they go through it. When the process is over, then you build a credit card and you push them to apply for your high-end program. Okay. Okay. Let's see. A couple questions came here. So Renee said, "So Russell, the black box funnel is recorded." So this invisible funnel part, it can be recorded or it can be live. Dagan Smith and I, we taught a whole seminar about a year ago to some of the top marketers in the world on this concept. Dagan does 100% of his live. I do 100% of my live the first time, and then I put them in an automated system, and I do them recorded from that point forward. So you guys can do either way. I'm going to build out a funnel with you guys next when we do the next call, where it's all recorded, but I'll show you guys really quickly how you can change this out. So if you want this to be live, how to change that out to make it live. It's very simple to do as well. And then you can do it live the first time and then take that recording and do it recorded later. Good questions? You're a story about someone else. Okay. Okay, so Robin said, Russell, the story a bit confused. I hear about the story about listening to what you just said on the magic bullet script. The story is about your experience, not a story about someone else. Okay, so the free case study, I start with a case study about somebody else who got the product, who experienced the system that I teach on the product. So I start with their story, and then I transition over to my story. Okay, because this is why I'm qualified to teach you. Okay, so I'm starting with a case study, which is their story, and then, like I said, over here, so I'm telling them my story. Hope that makes sense. Okay. Okay, Dave said, how would this work if you want to sell other people's products? Okay. Come back here. All right, so if you want to sell other people's products, so so you have to feel like if you want to sell one of my products, right? So let's say you want to sell my high ticket secrets product that's $1,000 or whatever, right? There's a lot of different ways to do it. In fact, I don't want to go too much in that because during the 4-hour webinar, I broke that down. I shared like 20 different markets that how you'd use this. It's just kind of being creative, right? If you're not willing to do an invisible funnel training on that topic, then just cut that out, do a free CD, and then if someone buys a free CD, then mail them offers to other things. Okay, we got some of our students who all they do is a free CD, someone buys a free CD, and they're just building a list this way, and then they email people all these other offers. They don't even do any of the step 2 or step 3. So there's just a lot of different ways to do it, but I would go back and watch that if you haven't yet, because that's going to give you a better idea of just different ways you can use this to wrap around kind of any business model you're interested in. Okay. Pam says slides available. Yeah, I'll put together. Like I said, I'll send the replay out, and with that, I can make a PDF version of these slides for you guys as well. How do we do, Russell? How do we newer people connect with larger audiences? Oh yeah, so when we do the next one, you guys, like I said, I'm going to be building out this funnel with you guys. Plus, we're going to actually be buying Facebook ads. I'll be creating Facebook ads, and we'll be driving traffic from Facebook. So I'm going to, like I said, when the next one is over, my funnel will be completely live, and we'll have launched it on Facebook. So you guys will see us buying the ads on Facebook, how we're doing it, how we're setting it up, all that kind of stuff. And so again, you just model it. You don't have to have a list to make this work. You just have to start buying ads, and we'll show you exactly how we do that in the next one. Okay. Okay, Juan said, on the seminar, you give a chance for people to watch it several times, or is it just a one-time show? What I do in mine, I let them watch it kind of like in an automated webinar format where it seems like it's live, and then if they don't cancel, then I send them out the replay. If they do cancel, I don't send them the replay, and if they don't, then they get the replay, and then they can watch it as many times as they want. That's how I do it personally. Okay. Rob said, I'm glad this is a short session. There's so much to take in. Yeah, I know. I after kind of going through this, I realized it would be smarter for us to kind of slow this process down. So let's hopefully give you guys, again, the pieces, right? So we need your free CD created. We need the video here. We need the video here. We need the video here. And now we can go and plug all those things in during the next training. So like I said, I will get this recording, I would say probably Eli usually gets it to me within a day, usually like either tonight or first thing tomorrow, and then I'll get it online and put it in the members area. And then I'll send the link out, probably get into the members area, so you guys will see the 4-hour webinar, this, and then you have the dates and times for the next one as well. Okay. Will it work as well if your users are B2B and not on Facebook? Yeah, so Wayne, you can do this. You just have to find a different traffic source. I don't know your market yet, so I don't know what your best traffic source is, but there's traffic for every market. I've seen people do this with postcards, driving people into these. I've seen people do email lists. I've seen people do PPC ads. I've seen anything. So yeah, you just got to pick a traffic type that your audience is actually in. It's a funnel. So any kind of traffic, you just have to have your traffic you can drive into it. And so yeah, it kind of comes down to you figuring out where your traffic is. Okay. Let's see. Renee says, wow, I'm excited. Awesome, Renee. I'm excited too. Mark said, we go over the takeaway app and what you need to close them. Yeah, I can go through this. I don't have my notes for this right now to go over right now, but I can go over kind of some of the sales script stuff for this as well, maybe on the next webinar for sure. Okay. Brody said, I've seen many people's funnels, and this is by far the simplest I've seen. Very, very cool. Lex said, do you have to talk and show your face on the videos? No, you don't. I see a lot of people do this with PowerPoint videos. A lot of people who don't want to be on videos, they hire voiceover people to do it. There's a lot of ways. I mean, you guys, you have to understand with marketing, there's an art and there's a science, okay? And it's half art and half science. So you guys are getting kind of both of this, right? Part of this is science. Like the step-by-step process is the science. The art is like, what do you do here? Like people always ask, what's better, a headshot video or PowerPoint video? The answer is, I don't know. It depends. It's art. Like, what's going to capture someone the most? For me, I change things all the time. Like it's like pattern interrupts, right? If I do the same thing every single time, people get used to it. So I'm always trying to do different things just to stick out and be a little different. And so, yeah, do whatever you're most comfortable with and try some things. And there's a lot of ways to skin the cat, right? Good questions. can you please go over the next session time? Is it tomorrow or next week? It's like in 2 weeks, I believe. So I emailed it out. The email you got to come on this, it's in there, and I'll email it out again here in the next day or so as well. Robin wants me to mention more time zones. That's hard for me because I only know 4 time zones, so I will try to do better on that, but I usually just put it in EDT and hope people can kind of sync their clocks around that, so I apologize. Okay. Man, we got lots of questions coming in. All right, next one here. Oops, let me see. Okay, how much must we spend, be prepared to spend to meet your target net? So David, my goal with any funnel is my goal is to put $1 in and make more than $1 back out. If I put $1 in and I'm making 50 cents, then something's broken in the funnel. I got to change it and tweak it and fix it. People always ask me, like, well, what's your marketing budget? My marketing budget is unlimited in every situation. Anytime I have a funnel where I put $1 in and I get $1.10 back out, how many dollars should I put in the front? I should put in $1 billion a second, right? Because it's money, it's more money to come back out. And so don't worry about your marketing budget. That's not the goal. The goal is to build a funnel where you put $1 in, 2 days later you get $2 back out, and then you just keep doing that over and over and over and over again. So that's what we're trying to create here. So yeah, hope that helps. Can you create multiple funnels after the free CD? It's like an invisible funnel which sells the same material as your video sales training. Yeah. So yeah, I look at funnels as like Legos. Okay, there's tons of different ways to do it. So if you look at like the black box funnel, this is actually like 3 funnels we built like Legos. Okay, we used to have a free plus shipping funnel we always did. We had an invisible funnel we used to always do. Then we had an application funnel. And as I kind of put these 3 together in this order, it just worked. It made us a lot of money. So we called it the black box. I thought it was kind of cool. But yeah, you can move things around. You can have 3 or 4 free CDs that lead into the same case study. You can have this thing happening here, and then you can. I mean, it's like Legos. You guys, it's the art behind it, right? You can have art. You can have fun with it. You can move things around, try things. It's just fun. That's the fun thing about marketing. It's art, and it's just kind of you create what you want. This is a framework to build off of. You can definitely try different things and tweak things and stuff like that. Okay. Okay, so Pam said, I'm so confused at this point. I'm going to create a funnel for my daughter's gluten and celiac videos. She created 3 short videos already for it. Are those for the CD only? Then we create new videos, webinars, every step for the customer. Okay, so Pam, I don't know what you've created already. I'm guessing you were creating stuff that wasn't kind of following the system yet. So it just depends. Without knowing more about your business, what you've already created, I have no idea. So this is a sales funnel that we are creating a free CD. So you could put, again, if your 3 short videos are short, you put them all on one CD. I mean, it just kind of depends. Without looking deeper into your business, I have no idea kind of what it is. I just kind of put perspective. I got a lot of different products I sell. This is just one type of sales funnel. Maybe what you do is you've got 3 short videos that could be a separate product, or it's an upsell somewhere else, or it's a downsell. Again, like I said, I'm giving you a framework. In this framework, we have a free CD, we have a 4-hour webinar, and we have a high-ticket thing. That's what we're selling in this kind of framework. So if you create other things outside of that, you can use them different ways. You could use them for free CD. You could use them as value add for here. You could whatever. But what we are selling in this framework of a business model is a free CD, a 2 to 4 hour long live training, and then a high-end coaching program. Who's going to pack Renee? Who's going to pack your wife's bags? Oh man, that's a great question. I wonder if she's gonna trust me. That's a great question. Obviously, excellent training, Russell. Thanks for giving the session. I think Peter's one of my listeners of our podcast, and my phone's going to teach kids how to get rich from the Tooth Fairy. If you guys don't listen to my podcast, that's kind of an inside joke. Dave said, Facebook must cost money, right? Yes, so Facebook costs money, and then my goal is to have my funnel make me more money than it costs me. Okay, so Joe said, I've got a Udemy course with 1.0 hours of video training. Can I use the black box with that? Yeah, so again, you guys, I can be creative for you, but I'm trying I'm trying to coach you guys on being creative as well. Like, this is a framework, right? So Joe, you got 1.5 hours of video training. So where would that fit in this process? Is it a free CD? No. Is it a 2 to 3 hour training? Probably not. Could it be what I sell on the back end? Yeah, maybe at the end of this you say, hey guys, if you like training, that's awesome. I've also got a 1.5 hour video training that's going to show you how to do whatever. If you want to buy it, click over here and boom, sell it. Like, you don't have to do a high-end coaching program if you don't want. You can put any product in here you want. Again, it's Legos, guys. Pull this Lego off, plug in your $37 product if you want. You know, if you don't want to do free CD, you think I'm wrong, unplug it and plug in the $37 thing here. Okay, it's Legos. We're giving you guys a framework to build off of. Okay, let's see. Okay, so Chris, it's a good question from Chris, who said, Russell, if you lose people each step, for example, you get 8% conversion here, 25% conversion here, the logic would suggest fewer steps would be better. Would this work okay if you drove traffic straight to the webinar registration page, so you would lose fewer people? If in conversion drop-off, fewer steps equals higher in conversion? I guess the answer is no, but can you please explain why the logic here is flawed? Thanks in advance. Hey, Chris, that's a question I really enjoy, actually. So yeah, it depends, because remember the 100 visitor testing I talked about? What happens is, like, if you can get someone to make a tiny transaction, it gets them, they've already put their credit card in. They don't have to re-put their credit card in now. They made this commitment to like this little tiny thing, right? And after they made that very first commitment, the second commitment is a little bit easier, and everyone gets easier and easier and easier to do. Now, with that said, which is why this whole black box funnel works good, right? I'm going to make a tiny commitment of like $4 or $5 to ship them out this really cool book or CD or whatever, which is the no-brainer offer. And the first yes is the hardest. The second yes is like, all right, sure, I'll do that too. But at the same time, we also drive traffic directly into just our invisible funnels. So you can do both, and both can be profitable. So yeah, that's the fun of marketing, right? It's an art, you guys. It's a lot of fun. Okay. Very, very cool. Okay, so someone said, on the front page of the funnel, free plus shipping, do you have an email capture if someone does not want the free plus shipping? Yeah, we had exit pops and things like that. Inside ClickFunnels, if you want, you can throw a squeeze page in front of it, really easy. There's a lot of ways to do it. On our free plus shipping, if you looked at how ours works, they click here, they put in their credit card, they put in the shipping address and their email, and as soon as they do that, boom, they're added to our list. And so we get them there. But yeah, you can have exit pops. There's a lot of other ways to grab it. Or you can have a squeeze page before they get to this page. A lot of stuff like that. Robin said, Russell, why do you have so many bullet points on your sales page? Because they work. Just because it works. That's the reason. If you study copy at all, you understand that people are skimming through things. And I've had a lot of people who said they were looking at this real quick, and also they saw like this one, like, oh, I gotta buy it. Like, I might not have sold me yet, but as soon as they see this bullet point, like, okay, that one sold me. That's why I need it. And keep kind of going through here until they figure out what it is. All right. Okay, guys, we've been going for over an hour now. I gave you guys a lot, obviously, to kind of chew on, and a big homework assignment. So what I'll do, like I said, by hopefully tomorrow I'll have this video back. I'll have it in the members area. I will also put up the PowerPoints in the members area, and the actual homework assignment kind of written out, which says each individual piece, so you know what it is. As well as the links to like Eli and to just deliver and all that kind of stuff. So by tomorrow you should have all those pieces, and then you'll have your homework. And then I will be waiting for you guys the next 2 weeks to get that done. And then when I get back from our trip, we will go and we'll build these funnels out, and we will launch them, and we'll have some fun, and we'll race who can make the most money with them. So it should be a ton of fun. But I'm excited, you guys. I appreciate you all for being on this. Hope you enjoyed the training, and I will talk to you guys again very, very soon. Thanks, everyone.